Hey everyone, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Wednesday, February 10th. Got Telcoin up here on the chart right now. It has been retracing for the last 2 days. We did mention that we did take profit the other day. It is very important to not get greedy. When you get 3,300% gains like we pulled off, there's no need in being greedy. You have to be comfortable when you are trading by accepting the fact that the currency that you are exiting out of may continue to pump higher another 50, 200% or more. Do not be greedy. Take your profits. If you are always pulling profits, you are always making money, and no one's ever going to be mad at you for pulling profits. So do just that. Go ahead, dump those into suppressed assets. Next up, favorite guy, Mark Cuban. Actually, no, I don't like him at all. Billionaire Mark Cuban says retail investors want revenge and Bitcoin won't be a currency in a new interview. Here are the 14 best quotes. As we mentioned, Mark Cuban has talked mad shit about cryptocurrency, and now all of a sudden he's on the bandwagon and he's been accumulating Ethereum and other tokens for the past couple years. How funny. Says billionaire Mark Cuban discussed the stock market bubble, Wall Street bets, and Bitcoin. The Shark Tank star also highlighted the power of AI, digital assets, and stimulus checks. Cuban compared the blockchain industry to the early days of the internet. He goes on to say, this is a Fed-driven bubble more than it is anything else, which I kind of agree with him a little bit on that. This is a Fed-driven bubble, although I do not think we are anywhere close to having the bubble pop just yet. I think stocks still have much higher to go, and I think crypto still has much higher to go, especially the altcoins. He says it's not investing and it's almost not even trading. It's more like revenge. It is revenge of the nerd. It is revenge of the little guy, explaining the meme stock frenzy. I do not think this is revenge of the little guy. I think it is the big guys blaming little guys when they've already had their position set. We've said billionaires have already entered their positions, and now Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, and these other D-bags are coming out and telling you what to buy when you should be finding suppressed assets. He says the biggest threat isn't so much the banks, it's liquidity, as we saw with Robinhood, and it's the SEC, who we don't know what they're going to do. I think they're all in the same club. SEC, Robinhood, they are both mutually beneficial to each other. The way they played off this last Wall Street bets pump, as mentioned, most of the public has not seen what a pump looks like in cryptocurrency, and it was very easy for me to identify that what was taking place in the stock market was exactly that, a pump and dump, blaming it on the retail traders. There's no way that these 10,000 share blocks were bought by retail traders during the GameStop and AMC pumps. That is strictly hedge fund manipulation, utilizing mainstream media and celebrities to sell to the little guy and then go ahead and blame them for their quote unquote losses. He also says it's like the early days of the internet. No one really knows what it's going to be. There's a long way to go, and there'll be a lot of companies that don't work. I do agree. Most of these shitcoins will go away. There will be a small percentage of them that succeed. You guys know where I'm sitting on those: XRP, XLM, Ethereum, since most of the other projects are built on Ethereum. I do not think those coins are going anywhere. I do think Bitcoin is slow, but it is now being deemed as a store of wealth. And since the billionaires have accumulated, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% of all Bitcoin in existence, I can't imagine that they're going to crash the market until they have exited their positions if they do decide to go that route. He says disruptors will win. We just don't know which disruptors or exactly how they'll win, but they will win. They always do. I do agree with him. The disruptors will win. We're talking about Telcoin. That is huge. That is a disruptor in my opinion, and there are others. He says Bitcoin is not going to be a currency. It's not going to be a hedge against fiat and printing too much fiat dollars. It is a store of value that is going to increase in value because it's scarce. I don't agree with that. Purple dog shit is scarce. There's not a lot of it floating around. It doesn't mean it's worth anything. He also says Bitcoin is a reserve asset, just like gold is considered a reserve asset. If the world goes to hell in a handbasket, there ain't nobody walking around with a gold bar because somebody bigger is just going to knock your ass out and take your gold bar, but they're still going to be hungry. If I have a banana, you'll give me your gold bar. Again, Mark Cuban and the stupid banana references. Before, he wanted to have bananas over Bitcoin. Now he's all into Ethereum. Use your brains, guys. Game of deception. These guys are not out for your best interest. They are out for their own best interests and their buddies. Do not listen to the billionaires. Next up. Tesla's Bitcoin buy may not trigger wave of corporate demand, says JPMorgan. How funny JPMorgan changes their tune from day to day. One day they're all about Bitcoin, calling for 146K. The next minute they're saying it's not going to go up and they're turning bearish. This is the same JPMorgan that has been accused and fined for rigging the metals market. JPMorgan pays record $920 million fine for rigging the commodities markets. Do not listen to anything JPMorgan says. They're a bunch of crooks. They're a bunch of fraudsters. They are not in it for your best interest. They are in it to make a ton of money off the retail traders using their corporate-owned media to go ahead and distract and deter you from buying and selling when they do not want you to. JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon used to say I'd fire a trader in second for trading Bitcoin. Now he's all about it. He made JPMorgan coin and now he's calling for 146,000 Bitcoin. Do not listen to these tools. That's what they are, tools. Do not listen to them. Next up, Tesla will accept Bitcoin payments as EV maker invests $1.5 billion in cryptocurrency. I'm bringing this article up again because don't you think it's funny that Tesla is all about saving energy and not having huge energy consumption, yet they are investing in Bitcoin, which consumes huge amount of energy. Bitcoin's energy consumption equals that of Switzerland, and yet Tesla, Elon Musk, they are investing in Bitcoin. Does that make any sense to you? Does not make any sense to me. Why would you invest in a currency that uses up a ton of energy, as much as Switzerland for the year? When you're an electric car company, use your brains. Game of deception. Next up, Wall Street stays on crypto sidelines as Tesla boosts Bitcoin. It says top lenders will mostly shy away from crypto, while futures contracts based on Bitcoin and Ether, the second largest digital currency, are available at major exchanges. None of the 6 biggest U.S. banks offer their customers access. Yet we do know that Bank of America has included Ripple in their patents. Game of deception. Look here, do not look here. It says there are other reasons banks are still mostly on the sidelines. While Bitcoin is now more than 11 years old, there are very few things it can actually buy. That is bullshit. You can buy a ton of things with Bitcoin, and we're talking houses, cars, and basically everything else underneath the sun. You could even buy precious metals with Bitcoin and other currencies. Bloomberg, floating out articles. Again, JPMorgan and Chase, the biggest U.S. bank, is the furthest along. Says the firm last year agreed to take on Bitcoin exchanges Coinbase Inc. and Gemini Trust Co. as banking clients, breaking with an industry that had routinely forbidden Bitcoin businesses from accessing its services. The decision was meant to help virtual exchanges manage cash in the U.S., but the New York-based bank still won't be handling any cryptocurrency transactions. Yes, on the front side, you will not see them handling any cryptocurrency transactions, but it's my bet that they are already utilizing cryptocurrencies on their back end, and most clients are probably already using it without even knowing it. Next up, to my point, Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis taking close look at Ethereum, DeFi. A recent report on decentralized finance is bullish about its potential. The Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis is keeping a close eye on Ethereum-based decentralized finance. A February 5th report titled Decentralized Finance on Blockchain and Smart Contract-Based Financial Markets comes with warnings about smart contract security, scalability, and other risk factors, but is otherwise bullish about the innovation. It says, DeFi offers exciting opportunities and has the potential to create a truly open, transparent, and immutable financial infrastructure. This is from a gentleman or lady who specializes in distributed ledger technologies. So the Fed is here. They are keeping an eye on DeFi and Ethereum-based decentralized finance. This is very, very important. This is not just because they decided it was a good idea to use decentralized finance and study the Ethereum blockchain. This is because the Federal Reserve wants to take cryptocurrencies mainstream because this has been the plan all along. Do your research. Speaking of research, some of you have brought to my attention a project called Dent, which is similar to Telcoin. I don't know a whole lot about it, but you guys can go ahead and check out dentwireless.com. And you can find out about the project. I had pulled up the chart here through CoinMarketCap. Seems to me that this is exactly where I would like to buy anything when it is completely flat and we can see a little bit of volume coming up here. I think that coincided with the Telcoin and basically what other altcoins were doing since Ethereum hit its all-time high. Still a very early project. I don't know a ton about it, but if you guys want to drop some comments about it, let's get a discussion going below. We can check it out. I definitely will be keeping an eye on it. It's trading at 0.00068 cents. Although please keep in mind, just because something is extremely cheap does not mean it will go up insanely in value. Do your own research, find the good projects. And with that being said, that will do it for this edition of the Encrypted Capital Recap. If you guys like what you heard, share the video, get this stuff out there, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and we will catch you all in the next video.